When I was about 5 years old, my parents went through a rough patch in their marriage. My brother and I moved out with my mom for a few months, and I internalized all the stress and anxiety of that time, and I became the golden child. Rachel, be a good girl, get good grades. Rachel, don't get in trouble, be a good student, follow the rules, hold it all together because everything else around you is falling apart. It was a lot of pressure for a 5-year-old to carry, and it's something I've carried with me into my adulthood, and it's one of the reasons why I burned out 2 years ago. So many of us do this. So many of us take on this pressure to be good or take it to an extreme to be perfect, don't we? A lot of us do this. I was recently with a coach and a mentor and a guide and a teacher this week named Mike Ganino. And one of the questions he asked really helped me kind of take on a new perspective about this idea of being good. And he asked, what if we stopped worrying about being good? What could we become? If we stopped worrying about being good, what could we become? As someone, again, who has always kind of been striving and pushing and excelling and all of that kind of stuff, it was a novel idea for me because I've always had this pressure to be good in every area of my life. I've always loved to sing, but I didn't sing publicly until really I got into college. It was this part of me that I just felt so alive when I did, but I wouldn't let it out because I was so focused on being good. I wanted to be pitch perfect with whatever I was doing. And if I thought I couldn't do that or I'd screw up the song in some way, I didn't want to sing it in front of anybody. So I was that person who would literally take 45 minutes to pick out a karaoke song because I wanted to find the perfect one that I could literally have my Grammy performance and do, which meant most of the time I didn't even actually get up to the microphone to sing. But last night was different. I was with a group of friends and we went to karaoke. And instead of overthinking it, I just picked a song whose meaning had power for me. And instead of focusing on how well I was singing the song or whether or not I landed every note, I was more focused on being present and having fun with it. Because singing for me is fun. It's a form of play. And for so long, I didn't let myself experience that because I was so focused on being good at it, of not missing a note. And what ended up happening because I went into it with that intention is I had so much fun. I laughed at myself. I'd miss a line. I'd mess up a note, but I was able to just be present and be with it and dance and sing and just experience the joy and the connection of that moment instead of being so focused on landing the notes perfectly. It's because I wasn't worried about being good, I could be present and I can be playful and I could be real and I could be human. So I want you to challenge yourself with that. Think of an area of your life where you're just so worried about being good that you're holding back or you're not taking action. Are you not publishing that blog post or starting your website or writing your book or delivering that presentation or having that conversation with someone or trying a new sport or creating art of some kind because you're so worried about it being good? Scrap that. Ask yourself, if you stopped worrying about being good, what could you become?